did you know right now we're in the longest economic recovery period in U.S. history? This is so exciting for the housing market, and I'm here to disprove all of the news topics that you've heard, anything about a recession, because none of it is true right now. And I've got the facts from Steve Harney, a top economist, right now. So I'm going to be telling you all some facts and everything that I learned from a conference about a week ago. But one of the big things is that we're hearing all on the news now, and I try not to watch it, but I watched it for one day and it made me so mad I had to turn it off. But they're talking about a recession, and I'm like, where is this? I've not felt it. I'm sure you haven't here in central Kentucky. Well, the word recession is being advertised out there, if you will, in more of a false way than anything. That's the nicest way I can put it, because there's drama being added to the news from now until the election. So basically everything out there is going to be crazy town just on the news, not what's actually happening in real life in real Kentucky, in real United States, until November 2020, unfortunately. So we have a little more than a year, but I want to tell you the facts, and this is really important that all of my clients know this, and I have already started spreading the word since I got back from listening to this talk. But so a slowdown is, the definition of a recession is a slowdown, which is 2 consecutive quarters that the GDP slips. It hasn't happened. So we're still talking about a recession, but the actual definition is it's not happening. I don't know how else to say that nicely. So the difference in what we're really talking about is a recession versus a housing crisis. So as you know, 2008 was a housing crisis, and that was that happened for 2 reasons. Number 1 being housing, and then number 2 was a mortgage meltdown. So a recession like 2001 recession, for those of you who remember that, the stock market fell by 25%, but housing rose by 6.6%, and that was the recession of 2001. So you can see that recession and housing crisis have nothing to do with each other. Normally, in the past 6 recessions, housing only went down 2 of those times. 4 of the times housing rose. So here's an interesting survey. Realtor.com did a survey of consumers. I was going to say humans, just not realtors. They did consumers, and they asked them the top 9 reasons why they think we will be going into some sort of change in the market. The number 1 reason for a recession or a downturn or whatever that people said was a trade war. Number 2 was the stock market correcting itself. Number 3 was a geopolitical event. Number 9, I'm not going to go through all the rest. Number 9 was a housing slowdown. Also in the same survey, they said that everyone said that they felt that in the next 5 years, houses will continue to appreciate. So basically, to summarize, we haven't seen the GDP slip 2 quarters in a row, so we're not in a formal recession by any means. But when you do hear that talk on TV, take it with a grain of salt, because they do have to have something to talk about. There has to be news, for one thing. But right now, interest rates are in the 3s. They're crazy, ridiculous low. Even if the stock market does go down and does correct itself, it's a good thing, because then people are taking money out of the stock market, which is very volatile, and putting it in the world's safest investment, which is real estate. And so our housing we're still appreciating. Nothing has gone down. All the numbers are trending upwards, and we are still in a very strong housing market and economy. And I'm super excited about that. And I'm glad it's my moral imperative to have this information and get this out to my clients and anyone else out there who's watching. I appreciate it, and let me know if you have any questions. See you next time.